Hello lovely people and welcome back to my channel. So I have been receiving lots of messages to do an in-depth tutorial on how to paint mountains with snow. So that is what is the focus for today's video. First of all, I'm just painting my sky. Again, if you want me to do a separate video on how to paint a sky, then feel free to let me know. But for this, I'm just using a mixture of ultramarine blue and titanium white. Now, just be free with your paintings. I'm just going with the flow, like however I see. I over here tried to add a little bit of gray shade, but then I realized that actually, because my mountains are gonna be center stage, I don't want the sky to be too complicated, so I just went in there to go back to my ultramarine blue and titanium white and just painted back to being a nice clear sky. Now really, as you're painting along, you will learn to adapt and add color or take color away as you go through the journey. Now for me, I'm just here, just going on with my sky till the time I feel happy about it. And for my mountains, I always prefer to have a darker color that I use. So you're gonna see that I'm gonna start with my mountains now, and I am going to have a dark gray color as the base. Now the reason I do that is because the snow effect, when you use titanium white, it just comes up so nicely on it. So here is the mixture of titanium blue and Van Dyke brown, and I have added very little of white to it. Now the idea is that I'm going to paint this, and on top of it I'm going to paint my snow. Now this is not difficult. You try and draw straight lines that are in triangles, and these triangles can be however you want. There is no right or wrong here. Again, just filling in the color, and then I'm gonna start off with my snow. The one thing that I can say about painting snow is whether you're using a palette knife or you're using a brush, you need to have a very light hand. So here I am using a brush, but I'm keeping my hand very light, and as I keep my hand really light, it automatically naturally creates these gaps which give this mountain such a real effect. Now I am just trying to paint titanium white on one side, and on the other side of the mountain I'm gonna just mix a little bit of blue to create a shadow effect. And you're gonna notice when I add that little bit of blue to the white, it just gives such a real mountain effect. So you could actually feel like, oh, my mountains are complete right now. But trust me, coloring the opposite side just in a similar fashion, being very light with your hand, you really create that 3D effect. So here you're gonna see I'm going in with a little bit of blue mixed in with my titanium white, and I'm just creating the shadow. And you will notice as soon as I add white, this color on the opposite side of white, you see a peak over there. You see it's a mountain by itself, and it just makes this whole look very real. Now this is basically the trick with painting mountains, having color and a shadow color, plus being very gentle and light with your hand. Well, I really hope you've enjoyed this and been able to paint it yourself.